Hello and welcome back. In this video, we will see how to use embedded JT server with our Spring Boot application. If you don't know JT server, then let me give you a short introduction. So basically, it is servlet container and it is open source server, just like Tomcat. If you want to know more about JT, then you can do Google search. But this is just short introduction that it is servlet container just like Tomcat and it is open source. Now here I am having one Spring Boot application. So we know, right, by default our Spring Boot application is using embedded Tomcat server and it runs on default port 8080. So here the Spring Boot application is running on port 8080 with embedded Tomcat server. Now let me walk you through the Spring Boot application. So here I am having one simple REST controller, okay, and that is test controller. Inside that I am having one simple GET API, okay. This is the main class, very simple. We already know, right, about the Spring Boot application. And in the pom.xml, we have this dependency Spring Boot starter web. This is obvious because our Spring Boot application is having REST APIs, okay. Now there is nothing in the application.properties file. Now let's hit this GET API, okay, to test. So this is our GET API and we got the response, okay. So this is with the embedded Tomcat server. Now let's go to pom.xml and let me stop our Spring Boot application. So now here we want to remove the embedded Tomcat server and then we want to use embedded JT server, okay. So the first thing we need to do is we need to remove the embedded Tomcat server that by default we are getting with our Spring Boot application. One thing you need to remember is that to use the embedded JT and to remove the embedded Tomcat, you don't need to change anything in your code. It's just change in your pom.xml. And if you are using Gradle, then in the change of the file build.gradle. So basically, either you change in your pom.xml if you are using Maven, and if you are using Gradle, then change in build.gradle. So here, whatever steps I will change, okay, in the pom.xml, the same you need to follow for your build.gradle file if you are using Gradle. So by default, we are getting embedded Tomcat server with this dependency, okay, Spring Boot starter web. So we need to exclude the embedded Tomcat server. So here we need to use exclusions, okay, and exclusion. Now here for our embedded Tomcat server, we need to provide the group ID and artifact ID, okay, that we want to exclude. So for quicker thing, let me copy this and this is Tomcat. So for our embedded Tomcat, this is our group ID and this is artifact ID, okay. Now let's try to run our Spring Boot application, okay, because we have excluded our embedded Tomcat server. So let's check and see if our Spring Boot application is running. See, it's not running, okay. It's not running because we have excluded embedded Tomcat server. So the first step we have finished. Now the second step is we need to add the embedded JT server dependency, okay. So let me copy this, okay, for quicker thing, and over here and here use the Spring Boot starter JT. This is the dependency, okay. Let me format it. Yeah, now we are good. So this is the group ID org Spring Framework Boot and this is the artifact ID Spring Boot starter JT. So now we have excluded embedded Tomcat and we have added embedded JT server for our Spring Boot application. Now let's try to run our Spring Boot application. Let's check the logs. See, JT started on port 8080. See, now it is not stating like Tomcat, okay. It is saying that JT started on port 8080. So now let's test our GET API again. See, we got the same response and that is obvious, okay, because we don't have any change in our code. We just excluded embedded Tomcat and we replaced it with embedded JT server. Now say you want to run this JT server on port 8081. Basically, you want to change the default port, okay. Then let me stop and go to application.properties file, server.port equal to 8081. Let's start our Spring Boot application again. And in the logs, see, Jetty started on port 8081. Okay. So now this will not work. Then this is obvious. 8081, we got the response. So the bottom line is for changing the port, okay? It doesn't matter if you use embedded Tomcat or embedded JT. The way you change the default port for your Spring Boot application will remain same using this property or any other way. If you don't know different ways to change the default port for your Spring Boot application, then I have already made a video on that. If you want to watch the video, then I will provide that video on the top in the eye icon. So you can watch that as well. So this is how you can use embedded JT server for your Spring Boot application instead of embedded Tomcat. Link for the source code I will provide in the description. Apart from this, in the description, you will get the links for the courses that I am offering. So you can check out those as well. If you like the video, then please subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, like the video, do comment in the comment section and share with your friends. We'll see you in the another video. Till then, happy learning and happy coding.